Hello, my name is Dylan. I am 26 years old from Poughkeepsie, New York. I am a fourth grade teacher here in the city of Poughkeepsie. Some things about myself. I love doing things outdoors in nature. I love fishing. Fishing is something that I really enjoy doing. I've been doing that since I was a little boy with my family. You can see right here, here's my fishing shirt, Abercrombie and Fish, Block Island. Block Island is a small island off of Rhode Island, and that's where my family has been vacationing since I was a baby, every single summer, and that's where we do most of our fishing. When it comes to fishing, we only do it in a sustainable way. So we follow all the rules and regulations of fishing. We respect the size limits. If a fish is too small, we throw it back. Even when a fish is really big and unusually large, it's above the legal limit, we'll throw it back too, because we don't feel right about taking the life of a fish that's been around longer than expected, or it's just never been caught before. We don't feel right about that, so we even throw those fish back. And then we never take more than we need. If we have, what we need to feed us for that day, we leave the rest for the ocean. We don't take anything more than what we have to take. So we're all about fishing in a sustainable way. I'm from the Hudson Valley in New York. One of the big landmark here in the Hudson Valley is the Hudson River. It's a historic river. It played a big role in the Revolutionary War. Back in the day, they used to drag, when whaling was a thing, which I think is so wrong. But back in the day, when they would do whaling out in the Atlantic Ocean, they would drag the whales up the Hudson River, to this place, Hudson, New York, which is about 45 minutes north of me, and that became a whaling town. That's where they would, use the body of the whale for different uses. They would take the blubber and make it into oil for candles that would fuel lanterns. So it's, the Hudson River is very important, but it's gone through some rough stages. There's been a lot of pollution, and I'm going to share with you a photo of where I'm from, and I'll talk more about the pollution in the river. So here's a picture of where I live. On the other side of the river is Poughkeepsie. The bridge on the right is the Mid-Hudson Bridge, and the bridge on the left is the walkway over the Hudson. So between 1947 and 1977, GE dumped an estimated 1.3 million pounds of PCBs into the Hudson River. That obviously affected the fish in the river, and there's PCBs still found in the fish today, despite all the advocacy for preventing dumping in the river. Here is a graph from healthnewyork.gov that really shows, the effect the PCBs have on the fish, and whether or not the fish in the river are safe to eat. Now, as you can see, pretty much across the board for women under 50 and children under 15, it recommends that you do not eat the fish in the river due to the PCB levels. So that is my experience with Anthropocene in my local area. And going forward, I'd like to explore more about sustainable fishing around the world, because I am an advocate for sustainable fishing, obviously. So I'd like to learn more about, how to sustain fishing or fish populations around the world while also fishing. And I'd just like to learn more about just food in general, the meat we eat, and how we are doing this in a sustainable way. And, I noticed that some of the readings already touch on some of those subjects, so I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to learning more throughout this course.